Live from Hickory, it's country-ish. Alan?
Just a country boy, and he's making it good. He was y'all's underdog, dressed in Beaver living next to the wood. He liked to eat the sushi, but he don't even fish. Not so much a country boy, it's more like he's country-ish. Moved out of Hickory and headed for Southern Cal. Wound up in TV and film, making popsicle proud. Now this country boy is back with his family. Got himself a podcast, he knows it'll last, 'cause he's in Hickory.
That's right. I'm from Hickory, and I'm happy about it. I hope you're happy, healthy, safe, and sound no matter where you are or what you're doing. Gotta say this. What up, bumpkins? You're about to watch and or listen to another awesome, amazing episode of Country-ish. Actually, it's number 57. Last one of the year. 2020, we're wrapping it up, and we're going to do a best of episode today. And it's great. We got new stuff, and we're going to go back to look at some old stuff. We've got best interviews, funniest moments, Goodwill Hunting. We have small town news, and we have some unboxing to do at the very end. So let's get to it. Also, since we're going live, I've got two interns back here that are reading your comments. And from time to time, we will go to your comments and check in with you. As you can see, we have Isaiah the intern, and sitting next to him today, filling in for Elliot the intern, is Elliot the intern's intern. And I don't know if I'm allowed to address him, but I think since Elliot is not here, we can break protocol, and I can actually talk to him directly. So they're going to read your comments, and we got a lot to do. Let's get to the man across the table. Very good-looking man. Kind of famous as well. Well, his brother's famous. Perhaps you've heard of a guy named John Stamos. Yeah, from Full House. Well, I got his little brother in here, Marcus Stamos. How you doing, Marcus?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year! I like to say Nappy Who Year.
Nappy Who Year.
Yeah, just for fun.
So, what kind of, did you get some good stuff for Christmas?
I did.
You got some, Yep.
Allow me to show you. Got this hat from my son Tucker. Love it. It says camel towing. We'll pull it out when it's wedged in tight.
Ah.
Camel towing. Got this hat from Jody, my girlfriend.
North Carolina.
Got the little North Carolina. And a jacket that I'm almost afraid to share with you or show you because I know you're going to want the jacket.
I'm going to try to talk you out of it. Huh?
You're going to covet my jacket.
Let me see it.
All right. Check it out, buddy. It's got the fur on the inside. It's very warm, and it's good for this cold winter. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's got it's a little bit of corduroy, and it's got some flannel on it, like flannel looking.
That's very lumberjacky looking.
Very lumberjacky.
Like you're getting ready to go outside and cut wood for the fire.
Yeah.
To cook on.
Do I look good in this?
I think you look good, but it's a little small.
It's a little small.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
Well, that's what I would say to you to try to get you to give it to me.
You want to try it on?
Nah, it looks good on you, but
yeah.
What I'm saying, it looks a little small. So if it gets any smaller, bring it my way.
This is what he does when he wants something of mine. He'll tell me that it's not the right size exactly. In fact, it's too small. And then he'll try it on, and I'll be like, damn it, it looks good on you. You should probably just have it.
Yeah, you did that one time with a Carolina Panthers shirt.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll get it out of you sooner or later.
But I did have a good Christmas. We played the Dirty Santa game at the house. We did ours on the 23rd, and did a little bit on 24th and 25th actually. So we did a lot of stuff. What happened? What was your deal?
Just the typical, man. Had the kids over.
Yeah.
Unwrapped gifts, and they bought me some pullovers, some nice shirts. So that's what I got from them. But it was good. They got all they wanted, and they're happy.
Good.
So, yeah.
And we have a gift that we're going to unbox at the end from superfan Samantha Dawn Kingston. And we're going to save that to the end to hopefully keep you tuned in. You know, it's like a unboxing thing. Yeah. So, all right. Look, we're everywhere. We're on Apple Podcast, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, Stitcher, Podbean. You name it, we're on it. And we like it when you share things. You know, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and share. I said rate, review, subscribe, and share. That helps us. Also, we're listener supported. If you want to be a supporter of the Country-ish show, you can do that. If you go to our website, click on support. That's countryish.com. Countryish.com. Click support. You can become a Patreon member. And if you don't want to spend any money and you still want to help us, you can write an iTunes review, and that helps us. Go to iTunes or Apple Podcasts, write a nice review, give us 5 stars, and we'll read it on the show and give you a shout-out.
Episode 57.
Yeah?
We've been doing this 57 years.
Well, it's funny. We've been doing this. This is episode 57 of Country-ish. But remember, we were fried before that.
Fried pod.
But as Country-ish, yeah, I mean, what a nice...
It's evolved.
Yeah.
It's turned into a nice little show.
That's right. Since today is the 29th of December, I should also let you know I am in Zany's Comedy Club in Nashville. Yes, Nashville is still there. It's not blowed up yet. A lot of people trying to take it down, but I'm going to be there. They fixed the hole in the wall at the comedy club. I'm performing 2 shows on the 30th, 2 shows New Year's Eve. So come on out to Zany's Comedy Club. Everything's going to be fine.
But totally the hole in the wall is totally unrelated to what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so you might want to tell them exactly why there was a hole in the wall.
2 random things.
Yeah.
The first random thing was a truck ran into the side of the comedy club, put a hole in the side of it. That's fixed now.
Yeah.
Then on Christmas Day, I mean, this was in the news. Everyone knows this.
Right. I just want to make sure they knew it wasn't related.
They're not related,
right.
No. A guy, some weirdo in an RV, blew up.
Blowed himself up.
Yeah. I think he killed himself. I think he was in there.
I think so, yeah.
The latest I heard was that. I think he was he had a beef with the cops and maybe AT&T.
I don't know, man.
Like there were supposed to be 2 bombs. Like the first bomb went off, and that was supposed to lure people there, and then a second bomb was going to go off.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I think but this story keeps changing, so I don't have all the facts. Either way, I'm going to be there.
Yeah, you're like 5 miles away from that anyway.
Yeah, so it's going to be great. Come see me. Oh, let's go see if we got any live feedback from intern Isaiah. What are the people saying? Are there any interesting comments?
I'm glad you got my name right this time.
Yes, intern Isaiah.
A lot of times you call me Elliot.
I do that because both of you are interns, and both of your names start with a sound.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so that's very doable for me.
It's been pissing me off lately. Does it look like I have a ponytail?
Do your job and read a damn comment.
Put a name tag on it.
I like your Prince shirt, by the way. You look good in the Prince shirt.
You're welcome.
Hey, let's remind people that if you want to help intern Isaiah get on the cruise ship, then you need to start booking your cabin because now that the vaccine is here, we're taking a cruise. And all that can be found at johnreap.com, the Reeps Peeps Comedy Cruise, podcast, karaoke, stand-up comedy. It's going to be great, 5 nights. And I made a deal with Isaiah. If we get to 55 cabins booked, then I'm going to get you a cabin.
How many are we at right now?
We're at 36. But we have almost a year. I mean, it's November, so right now we're in January. Well, into December, early January. So 11 months. A lot can happen in that time. So if you want information on that, johnreap.com. Click on the Reeps Peeps Cruise. I'm rooting for you, buddy. Elliot, right? Whatever. Any interesting comments, Isaiah?
Brenda is wanting to know if y'all watched Hillbilly Elegy.
Oh, we have been meaning to talk about this for a long time, and we've teased it many times. The name of our show is Country-ish, and so I feel like when the movies pop up about rednecky, country, hillbilly things, then we need to address that.
Of course. Yeah.
And I watched it. It took me 5 times to watch it because, and it's not the movie's fault necessarily, but I was always trying to watch it at the end of the day, at the night, and I had taken a sleeping pill, and I just couldn't finish it. I tried 5 times to finish this thing. Yeah. And so I finally did. And so if there's anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about, Hillbilly Elegy on Netflix, directed by Ron Howard, screenplay by Vanessa Taylor, based on a memoir of by J.D. Vance. It's got Glenn Close, Amy Adams, just to mention a few. Basically, it follows a Yale law student who must return to his family in Ohio after a family emergency. And there's so many things I could say about this film. I can give you my opinions. You can give me your opinions. Did you also see the movie?
Yeah, I seen
Okay.
it.
All right. Well, hang on to that. I'm just curious. The Alan Jackson, have you seen this film?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I've
All
not
right.
seen it yet.
So who wants to start? Should I start with this? Do we want to show a trailer of it or no? We don't need to, do we? It's been out for a minute. But yeah, we could watch a trailer. Are we allowed to? That's what I'm worried about, if we're even allowed to. Who knows these days, right?
Show it.
Okay, let's just watch this trailer, and then I'll give you my thoughts.
Oh, I thought your mama was going to be all right. Be happy. I know I could have done better. But you got to decide. You want to be somebody or not?
I've been doing real good. I just had a down month.
I got an interview tomorrow, Mom. Otherwise,
Oh, you know me. I always land on my feet.
Daddy, don't look at that. Come on. Come on. Don't you look at You look at me. You look at me.
you let her get away with this every time.
I told you that I would do better.
You always say that. You're
I
lying.
always try.
You got to think about these kids.
What do you think I've been thinking about since I was 18 years old, huh? Never had a life where I wasn't thinking about the kids.
Do you actually want to be dead, Mom? Or are you just too lazy to try?
Oh, I tried. Plenty.
You've always got a reason. It's always someone else's fault. Some point, you're going to have to take responsibility, or someone else is going to have to step in.
Who, huh? Who? You?
Hasta la vista, baby.
How many times have you seen this?
Oh, about 100. Everyone in this world is one of 3 kinds. Good Terminator, a bad Terminator, and neutral.
You're a good Terminator.
Well, it wasn't always. I had to learn. You could too.
I love you. I promise that I'm going to do better.
Honey, you gotta write your own life.
Don't make us your excuse, JD.
Family's the only thing you'll learn it.
There you go. A film by Ron Howard.
Opie.
Which I'm a fan of. Opie, yeah. Now, I'll say this. I think it was good, not great.
Okay.
And I think it's because now obviously this is based on a real thing and it's a drama, right? But it needed a little bit more of funny things here and there, not funny, but like lighter moments to make up for all the sadness and drama that was going on. Like even in something like this where it's obviously trying to be dramatic, you know.
Yeah.
I think it needed a little bit more light moments. So for me, which is probably why I couldn't finish it the first couple of times, is it didn't hold me a whole lot. I thought Glenn Close was great. Amy Adams was okay. She was good. And then everybody else was just okay to me. What are your thoughts?
I loved it. I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah.
JD, he's in a tough spot.
Yeah.
He's torn in between going back to school, doing his thing, and then the problems he has going on at home. So he's torn, man. But
yeah.
I thought it was a good movie.
It's interesting
I
how,
would recommend anybody to watch it. I liked it, and like you say, Glenn Close knocked it out of the park.
God, she was so
the
good.
The glasses, everybody has that mama that.
Yes.
Everybody has that mama that reminds you.
And at the end, when they show you the actual people,
yeah,
and how close, no pun intended, Glenn Close looked to the actual grandma that she was portraying in this film, it's so
Spot
good.
on, yeah.
So she did a great impression of this real lady. And I had to look up what the word elegy was. Like I didn't know what like Hillbilly Elegy. So the title alone got me. I'm like, wait, is it like a eulogy? What's the difference between an elegy and a eulogy? Do you know, Marcus?
No, but I don't know that they were true hillbillies, though.
Oh, I think.
You think so?
Are you kidding me?
You thought these guys were actual hillbillies?
Which ones? Amy Adams?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
mean, think about it. She lived up there in the Ohio, West Virginia border.
Yeah.
That's hillbilly town. Okay. They were poor.
Yeah.
Okay. How many times? I mean, she was addicted to drugs. She ended up selling her. She ended up being a prostitute a little bit towards the end. She was addicted to crack or heroin. One of those drugs.
Yeah.
She. How many different stepdads did he end up having? A couple.
She went through it.
Well, what's more hillbilly than that, really? Well, that's more white trashy, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
More white trash than hillbilly.
Yeah.
I get a different perspective of a hillbilly than I do these guys, but
yeah.
What was the elegy?
Oh yeah. So intern Isaiah, do you know the difference between a eulogy and an elegy?
I think a elegy is like a short poem.
Okay.
Poem? Did he say poem?
Yes, he did. Poem. I'm surprised he didn't pronounce it poem.
Poem.
How do you say that? Poem.
Poem.
Poem. Yeah. Elliot's shaking Isaiah's shaking his head. So an elegy
sounds weird. How did you say it, Mark?
Poem.
Yeah, that sounds weird.
Yeah.
How do you say it again?
Poem.
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 His sounds more poetic.
I like how he thinks. Mine's weird. I think yours is weird.
I think both are acceptable, guys. Let's not fight. It's the end of the year. We're reflecting on positive things. But to answer your question, elegy is a poem of serious reflection, typically of lament for the dead. So there's a eulogy, which is like a celebration of someone's life after death, and an elegy is more of a poem that's not really a celebration. It's kind of like based. It's like a dramatic. So that's definitely what this movie was. But I don't know if you're curious about it. I like Ron Howard. I'm trying to think of. I think the main actor, the kid, was just okay as well. It didn't do a whole lot for me. So what about you, Isaiah? Did you like it?
It was good, but I mean, it wasn't like something that I would write home about.
Yeah, there are way better things you could be watching on Netflix, and I'm sad to say that because I wanted this film to be really good, based on the title and Ron Howard and the story. So
I thought it was really good.
It ends on a kind of a happy note, even though there's a lot of crap that goes on.
Yeah, everybody turned out.
Yeah,
everybody's fine.
All right, let's move on. Any other questions? Let's go to Elliot, the intern's intern. Do I have any YouTube comments that we could go over?
Other than there's a handful of the holiday greetings and New Year aspect. Jimmy A. Jinga asked if you had any updated response from the Russian pen pals.
Oh, right. Yes. Thank you, Jimmy Ajinga. Appreciate the comment. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and share. And yes, Natalia did see. So here's where we left off with the Russian pen pal. I reached out to her. She responded in an email. I emailed her back saying, "Hello, would you like to zoom into the show? Be interesting to talk to you. See, catch up that way." And I'm going to read you her email back to me, okay? She says, "Dear John, I would like to keep in touch with you, but I have such a job that there is absolutely no time for active communication in social networks. I am on Instagram, but I use it not so often. I use Zoom and Skype all the time, especially now when all universities are on distance learning during quarantine. I have classes with my students in Zoom. As for the podcast, I can't say that my English is good enough for that. After school and my university, I had no practice and I forgot everything. I can translate a summary for a scientific article with a Google Translator for work, but as for oral conversation, everything is complicated. But I still want to try and keep in touch with you through social medias. She goes, my Instagram is this, my daughter's Instagram is that, and I thought we should show everybody their Instagram. And I thought it'd be cool if all of the bumpkins out there on Instagram go follow my Russian pen pal, Natalia, and her daughter. And now this one that's the mom. That's Natalia.
Natalia's
right?
Beautiful. So is that what she looked like? Do you
That's
remember
her.
what she looked like back then?
Yeah. We showed a picture
similar?
of her back then and
Yeah.
today. And she looked. That's the one she sent me, the one in the middle.
Yeah.
But that's her page. It's at Orlovna. No, at Orlova _N_S. I'll spell that. At ORLOVA_ the letter N _ the letter S. And that's her. She's got 166 followers right now. Everyone go follow her. Tell her that John Reap from the Country-ish podcast sent you.
Yep.
And let's blow her up. Now, her daughter also has an Instagram, and that one is at Sonia _Rapunzel. That's her. She's got 382 followers. She's 18, student of Krasinski.
She seems to be on there a little more than her mother.
Well, as most kids are.
She's
Instagram.
she's posting stuff quite often, and I still can't believe that you end up finding her.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that's crazy that you, after all these years, you were able to.
It started with the actual physical letter that I wrote back and mailed in the mail, and then I put my email address on that, and then it went to email. I was trying to get her Zoom. Obviously, she can't Zoom. So let's do this. Let's just let's blow them up. Tell them that Reap sent you and wish them love from America. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right. Well, I do also want to say this is the best of 2020 episode. 2020, as we all know, has been a horrible year. Pandemics, politics, all of it, right? But we've managed to have some good moments. But I also want to share this. If you feel like maybe you are not doing so well in life, if you feel like it's been a crappy year and nobody loves you and you're feeling all sad for yourself, I want you to know there are worse people out there. And, one of my distant relatives, Roy Reap.
I mean, he's a Reap. He's got to be kin to you, right?
Yeah, spelled the same way.
Yeah,
somewhere
down the line. Yeah,
somewhere down the line, we got to be related.
And he's from not far from where you grew up.
Gastonia.
Yeah.
Okay. Back in the day, there was a TV show called Real People, and they featured him on an episode of Real People, and they called him the world's unluckiest man. So if you think that your life's not doing so hot right now and maybe you're unlucky, you just wait till you watch my distant relative Roy Reap. Let's watch this, the Alan Jackson.
Of course, bad luck is different things to different people. To singer Michael Jackson, bad luck would be waking up with a man's voice. To actor Charlie Bronson, bad luck would be waking up good looking. But to a man in Gastonia, North Carolina, it seems bad luck is just waking
Pause
up.
it real quick. I want to
Not
say
long
something
ago.
about that. It says Gastonia is the pacemaker of the Piedmont. Have you ever heard that? Anybody ever heard that? The pacemaker of the Piedmont. I've never heard that. So we're not the heart. We're not the brain.
The pacemaker.
The pacemaker. We're the thing that you need once you hit a certain age and your heart's done give out.
So that's
Gastonia.
I guess Gastonia is kind of the middle of the state of North Carolina, I guess.
Yeah, but
Maybe,
you would think
kinda.
that it would be cooler to say the heart.
Yeah, somebody must have already taken that one. That one's taken already.
We're not the heart. We're the pacemaker.
Pacemaker.
We're
fake
the
heart.
thing that keeps the heart beating steady.
Yeah.
Gastonia.
Yeah.
That's a hilarious
Otherwise
sign.
known as Gas House.
Gas house.
Yes,
All right, Alan, I just had to comment on that real quick. Let's continue, shall we?
He's just waking up.
Not long ago, 72-year-old Roy Reap retired from the Gastonia Fire Department. For his years of faithful service, they gave him a plaque and a custom golf hat. On his modest pension, Roy retired to a quiet trailer park called Beverly Hills. For company, Roy has a brown dog and a black dog that he calls Brown Dog and Black Dog. Brown Dog and Black Dog are so gentle they didn't bother with the last burglar who dropped by. Every morning, Roy starts his day by going to his mailbox and picking up his newspaper, and usually stops by and picks up a part of his car. Around this part of North Carolina, Roy is known as Rugged Roy, and Rugged Roy says he could compare his car to his life, which started falling apart when he was 3 years old.
My grandfather had been a detective, and he had those .38 pistol lying in the drawer. My brother, who was going on 6, he got a hold of it, and he pointed it towards my face and pulled the trigger. It burnt my eyes shut and my mouth shut. It knocked out about half my jawbone, and it gone up to the roof of my mouth, and they didn't know where it gone to. So I got along pretty good, and when I was about 10 years old, I was lying behind the stove one night, and my father came in swinging his axe, and he split the top of my head open. Do you want to feel the top of my head where my scar is?
No, that's okay.
Things went along pretty good until I was about 13 years old. This teacher, she kept me in the cloakroom about 2/3 of the time because I'd use 3 or 4
what he just
handkerchiefs.
said there?
I had no idea. Kept him in
This
the
teacher. See, he got shot in the mouth.
Yeah.
So the roof of his mouth is probably not, which is why he can't pronounce words appropriately.
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
Thought it would've
So
rolled.
he's kind of got like a hair lip thing going on. Like
What did he
that.
say?
I don't know. It's something about a teacher. Let's try and figure that out. Let's play. Yeah, look. What did he say? Play it again.
No, that's okay.
Things went along pretty good until I was about 13 years old. This teacher, she kept me in the cloakroom about 2/3 of the time because I'd
She
use
kept Mick Ultra in the room 2/3 of the time.
Ultra.
Michelob Ultra?
I think that's what he said. I don't know. I still don't.
Isaiah, what did he say? Do you have any
I
idea?
have no clue, because in that moment he sounds like the teacher from Charlie Brown. Like I can't understand a word that he's saying.
Man, I'd love to hear it. I would pay anything. I'm sure that Roy Reap has passed away because this is an old video.
I did hear 2/3 though.
I heard 2/3, but I would give anything to have a conversation, to hear a conversation between Isaiah and Roy Reap.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
We'll be trying to decipher.
Oh
what
no,
each
that would
other
be
is
like.
saying.
All right,
Be
let's see if we can figure it out. Poor guy.
Things went along pretty good until I was about 13 years old. This teacher, she kept me in the cloakroom about 2/3 of the time because I'd use 3 or 4 handkerchiefs a day. They x-rayed my face, and they found a baby tooth growing in one nostril, and they found a dead one in the other nostril. Things went along pretty good until we got to Lexington and had a wreck. Dr. Roberts and Dr. Charlie Glenn informed me that I had a compound fracture of the pelvis bone, my hip bones broken, my kidneys punctured, my bladder bursted. I lost my car and everything, I was in debt. I came home one morning, and my plate fell down in my mouth. And I went to Dr. Borshak. I said, Doctor, I said, every time I drink something, I said, it squirts out my nose.
Roy's had almost as many different doctors as he's had problems, and in some cases, he says, the doctor was the problem.
And I started having trouble with my eyes.
Poor guy.
And anyway, I went to Dr. Eves, and he performed surgery on one eye, so I've been blind in that eye ever since.
Have you ever had any luck with women?
That was later. I'm coming to that in a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
Don't get ahead of the story, buddy.
This doctor uptown, he fluoroscoped my throat, and he found this bullet in my throat.
Oh, he found
And it's still in there. But he said, and Dr. Clinton said it was as flat as a dime in my throat between that main bone and my neck and an artery.
Oh, man.
Roy also had a second bullet in his body, which was put there by his second wife.
She was a wonderful worker, but she just, well, she felt like that she couldn't leave drink alone. She let these two men persuade her one night to come in on me before I went to work and shot me through the chest and through the arm.
Oh, my gosh.
Why?
One man told her, said, you go ahead and shoot him and we'll live in this house. And years later, I felt something in my chest. And I went to Dr. Tyner, and he froze that thing and took his scalpel and slit it and cut it open. And there was that little copper bullet, and he took it out. They sent my wife to prison. And when she came back, why, I took her back, but she died.
Man, I wish I'd have
Look
taken
at
her.
that. He took her back,
We
but she died. She tried to kill him.
Yeah.
She went to prison. She got out. He said, I forgive you.
Yeah,
And she died.
still love you. But I wish I'd have been taking notes at all the things that's happened to him. It's like
It's horrible.
horrible. I
Yeah.
can't keep up.
He's been shot twice. Once by his little brother when he was a kid, and then once by his second wife.
Yeah, and he's been hit in the head with an axe.
Hit in the head with an axe. His eyes are bad.
He was in a car wreck, ruptured his
liver and his kidneys.
What else?
His car falls apart.
Yep.
He lives in Beverly Hills. Did you notice that?
I like that.
Beverly Hills trailer
Beverly Hills
home.
Trailer Park.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if it gets any worse. Let's continue this. I'm
On
fascinated.
the railroad track, and I was going up the railroad track one day, and I looked down, and there was a $10 bill lying in this ditch.
Okay, sorry, Alan.
And I reached
Back
down
it
to
up a
pick
little
it
bit.
up,
He said, have you ever had any good luck? And then this is his response.
Why, I took her back, but she died.
Have you ever had any good luck?
We lived down on the railroad track, and I was going up the railroad track one day, and I looked down, and there was a $10 bill lying in this ditch. And I reached down to pick it up, and the center tore out of it.
The center tore out.
You own a black
Couldn't spend
cat?
it.
I had two very big, beautiful black cats, and they got gone. I don't even know what happened to them.
Even though his black cats ran off, Roy's luck got worse.
My feet, they started breaking out, and I went to this doctor, and he said that I had dermatitis in my legs.
Word of how rugged Roy was surviving all his hard luck eventually reached the editors of the Guinness Book of Records, who were interested in including him in an upcoming edition as one of the world's unluckiest humans. The letter, dated over 3 years ago, said they would contact him.
But they never have.
Roy has accepted
Of
his
course they
fate.
have.
Filled a
That would be too lucky for him.
That would be good luck.
That would be something that might give him a little bit of joy.
Or
It's
they
like,
may-
oh, guess what?
Yeah, I think they pay you too.
I made it. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you get a plaque or whatever.
But they never
They-
contact
No,
No.
that's truly unlucky.
That's
That stays with the
Too
theme.
much good luck.
Yeah. Okay, rugged Roy.
quickly. Only once did he ever express anger at God or his fellow man for his lot in life, and that's when he once worked for a bakery.
We were working on the table one morning, making cinnamon buns. And this boss man, he kept having this boy to pick at me. And I walked up to the wall, and I struck that wall as hard as I could.
When was the last time you had a serious relationship with a woman?
Well, actually, last week. But let's put it like this. If I do something for somebody, and she wants to do something for me, I feel like turnabout is fair play.
What did she do for you?
She went to bed with me.
He even
He said,
When she
wow.
needs-
he even has to pay
That's basically
for
what he's saying.
a girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's also known as prostitution.
Pretty much.
Right. He's basically saying, like, well, if somebody wants to do something nice for me and I want to do something nice for them, that's
Turnabout's fair play. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's a good old transaction.
Yeah.
Oldest business there is. All right, let's hear how he describes it.
Wow.
When she needs money and cigarettes and things like that, well, I take them to her.
How old was the woman last week?
28 years old.
This week, maybe Roy's luck was changing, because while he was telling us about his girlfriend, the phone rang. She was calling to say it was time for more Turnabout is Fair Play. As far as Roy was concerned, the interview was over. Roy busied himself straightening up the kitchen, the front room, and himself. After about 45 minutes, though, the phone rang again. His girlfriend had called to cancel their date because her other boyfriend had come home.
Actually, she's living with another guy now, see.
Once again, it was only Lady Luck who had given it to Roy, so as usual, Roy contented himself to stay home and watch the news. Since his life is such a catalog of disasters, it makes him feel better to know others didn't have such a good day either.
This just in, South Carolina authorities say the former mayor of Pageland, South Carolina, was shot to death. A 16-year-old Hawthorne Junior High School student being held under $50,000 bond on rape charges. 18 bags of cocaine were seized and 2 people were arrested in a raid on a Statesville house last night. An elderly Stanley County woman died in a house fire early this morning.
The only luck I've ever had was the fact my mother said before she died, she said, "You're just too good for your own good."
You're just too good for your own good. Well, Roy Reap, I hope it turned out better for him
what a
after
life.
this. And just know, if you think that your 2020 was bad, it wasn't as bad as old Roy Reap back in the 80s. So things could be worse. Right?
Hopefully it's not still bad for him.
Right.
Maybe he's passed on and living
Now he's
the better
in
life.
heaven.
Yeah. He's,
at the Beverly Hills Trailer Park in the sky.
as they say, that he's doing better than all of
With
us.
old brown dog and black dog. Yeah. Well, look, folks, we're going to get chipper. All right. We got a lot of great moments from 2020 that we want to share with you, some new things as well. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more country-ish after this. Hey, everybody. John Reap here. Just want to say thank you for listening or watching this podcast. We love it when you do that. Also, I want you to go cruising with me. That's right. Not in a car, in a ship. That's right. It's the Reaps Peeps Comedy Cruise. Check it out. If you go to johnreap.com, click on the Reaps Peeps Cruise. All the information you need is right there. It's in 2021. You got plenty of time. November the 6th through the 11th. We're going to a private beach in Haiti. We're going to Nassau. I'm doing stand-up. We're doing a podcast, and we're doing karaoke. 5 nights. It's going to be a blast. Get on the boat with me, John Reap, and the Reaps Peeps Cruise. If you love this podcast and you love wearing shirts, well, we got something for you. If you go to countryishpodcast.com, click on merchandise, it'll take you to my store, and we have an awesome t-shirt for you. It's a Country-ish podcast t-shirt. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Also, it's got the website on there. It's a soft tee, very soft, feels good on your skin, and it helps us keep the lights on here at the studio. So check out countryishpodcast.com, click on merchandise, get yourself a t-shirt, and know that I love you. Hey everybody, it's me again. I just want to say thank you for listening or watching this podcast. You know, we couldn't do this without supporters like you. Oh wait, are you not a supporter? Well, you could be. It's real simple. Go to countryishpodcast.com. Click on the word support. That will take you to our Patreon page. That's our support page. And from there, you can support us in many different ways. There's different levels. You got $5 and up. You got Pewter Pro, Rhinestone level, Executive Zirconia, all the way up to Platinum Elite, and all of them come with different rewards. We're talking hats, t-shirts, ginger beard masks, even be a guest on the show. You got to check out our Patreon page. Go to countryishpodcast.com, click on support, and thank you. All right, we're back. Thanks for hanging in there. Stamos is coming back. He went to go pee-pee, get himself a new Miller Lite. We've got a lot of show left. We've got some unboxing at the end. We've got some of our favorite segments we're going to go over. The best of 2020. And I want to start with what was the most... I want to see if you can guess what it was. Okay, this will be fun. What do you think was the top downloaded episode of 2020? What guest was on there? 2020.
I'm going to say.
Remember, we had.
I'm going to say Jeff Foxworthy.
Jeff Foxworthy, very good guess.
Yeah.
He is number 2.
Number 2.
This guy beat Jeff Foxworthy.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Nope.
He was
guy named Rodney Carrington.
Oh.
Yeah. Old Rod Sickle.
Rod Sickle. Good.
Rodney
good
Carrington, good friend, good funny dude. He called into the podcast, and so far that's been the most downloaded podcast. So let's hear a little bit of the interview I had with old Rodney Carrington. All right, joining me right now on the telephone is a guy that I've had the pleasure of working with and knowing over the years, and we go way back, and one of the best jobs I've ever had in my life was on this man's sitcom. Very funny man. Let's all say hey to Rodney Carrington. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, buddy. John, I'm doing great. I'm hanging in there. We've obviously been off for about 4 months, so
yep.
I got a nice job over here at the Gap. I'm selling jeans now, but life is good. You know, I'm a little bothered by the new paycheck that I'm getting, but you know, I just got to buy cheaper food and stuff, and
yeah.
You know, but I'll make it.
Yeah, no, you'll be fine, man. Because you're one of the funniest guys I've ever seen in my life. So when all this thing cools off, it'll be back to business as usual. I remember the very first time that I worked with you. It was at Charlie Goodnight's Comedy Club in Raleigh, North Carolina. And there's a funny picture that I have somewhere. I'll have to share it with you. I'm wearing like it's funny you speak of the Gap. I'm wearing a denim shirt that's like 8 sizes too big for me from the Gap. You got your cowboy hat on and your Western shirt. And we hung out that weekend. I think you recorded an album that weekend, or maybe you were just recording your shows. All of them were sold out. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. In fact, you actually gave me some good advice. I tried a joke out on you, and you liked it. You said, you should use that in your act. And ever since then, I was in love with you, buddy.
Well, God knows all the things we've been through over the years. I've been doing this 31 years. You know, it's funny when I started out doing all this stuff, as you have and any of the rest of us. That's the worst question anybody can get, by the way, if you're in comedy and somebody goes, how'd you start? Because then it's just like, oh, my God.
Right.
I can remember back in the early days when I worked with I went down, I had 7 minutes of material and had one real funny thing at the end, which is what kept me alive at that time. And I remember I got a job down at the Baton Rouge Funny Bone down in Louisiana. And the guy asked me, he goes, can you do 30 minutes? I went down there, did my 7 minutes, tried to stretch it to 30 minutes and for a week after he hired me. And if you know, like you know, you can't, I kept thinking to myself, I go, well, sure, he's going to book me in 2 months. Surely I can figure out how to stretch 7 minutes into 30 minutes, but it's impossible. And I went down there and I was working with Steve Harvey at the time. And Steve Harvey, I'd get up every night, and he was, of course, I was living with him in an apartment for 6 days, and he had a brand new Hertz rental car and his beautiful girlfriend and everything. He just dressed to the nines and super nice guy. And every night I'd get on stage and I'd try to stretch my 7 minutes into 30 minutes, and it was just deathly quiet. And I'd come over at the end of over the edge of the stage, and he'd throw his arm around me, and he'd just shake his head, and he said, son, you're going to be all right. And I said, why you say that? He goes, anybody can stand up there that long and that much silence and it not bother them is going to be all right. I remember at the end of the week, I mean, the guy was so complimentary and so nice to me. I never forgot it. And but I went into the club owner's office, and he told me, he said, sit down, I need to talk to you. He said, Rodney, I'm going to just come out and tell you I've been doing this 14 years. You're terrible. He said, you're just awful. He said, I don't know. He goes, I'm not mincing words with you. I'm telling you this because I like you. I think you're a good young man. You got probably a future, but it's just not in this. And he said, you need to go back to Texas and get your job doing something else and figure it out. And then he tore off a check for $400 and he gave it to me. And I thought, man, I've never made $400 in my life. So I was 20 years old. And I thought, he paid me $400 and I sucked. And I thought about this all the way back to Longview, Texas. I drove 6 hours back, and I thought, I wonder how much he'd pay me if I got real good at that. And you know what's funny, John, is that after all these years, I think it's that one decision of just determination of trying to figure it out that changed my life forever. Because I think about all the times and opportunities that I've had in 31 years to do this and sell comedy records and go out and make a living and then to do the television show that we got a chance to work together on and had such a great time. I think about all those opportunities, and now we're dealing with a biblical plague, and I'm thinking our business could have dealt with any other kind of biblical plague, swarm of locusts, water turned to blood, anything like that. We could still be doing comedy, but a plague where people can't get together is the one thing that you never plan on.
Right.
You never plan on, right,
Yeah, you can't plan. It's nuts. I did a gig not long ago in Tampa, Florida for the first time in 4 months, and that was a little nerve-wracking, a little scary, but, it came back eventually. I think in Florida they don't care anyway, so it's like nothing ever happened.
Well, and then I think, what have we learned about all this? I think what we have learned that is, if you're going to eat a bat, it needs to be grass-fed. It needs to be grass-fed. We can't have no more of this stuff where, hey, look, I found it in the fireplace. We ain't eating that no more,
Right.
Here's the other thing, too. If nothing else has happened, I think the eating a bat whole scenario is kind of slowed down. I think if somebody's like, hey, you want some bat? I think people are now more like, better not.
Yeah, man, but it'll get back to normal eventually. I'm confident it will. I want to tell you the joke that I told you at Good Nights, and you said you should use that. I used to work at a Goodyear changing tires with my uncle, and my uncle was a chain smoker. He smoked one cigarette.
I remember. He's like, get back. That'll give you cancer.
Yeah, okay, good. See, I know it's a good joke if Rodney Carrington remembers it like 30 years later or something.
I do remember it. But go ahead and tell me. Go ahead and tell.
Yeah. So
what makes it fun is how you tell it.
Yeah, my uncle William Chainsmoker, trying to teach me how to change brakes. And he's got a cigarette in his mouth, and he's pulling off this brake drum. And as he pulls off the drum, this dust inside the brake drum, asbestos dust, flies out into the air. And he looked at me right in the face. He goes, "Get back, boy. That stuff will give you cancer." Then blowed it right up in my face. And I don't think he was trying to be funny. Like, he was just serious. He was like wafting the air, getting rid of the dust. God, I love that guy. Now, you were asking before this, you guessed who you thought was the top downloaded episode. You said Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah, I thought he would be. I figured they'd be close, but I figured he would be number one.
Well, I will say he is the next thing on the list here of the best of 2020 because the hardest that I made a guest laugh, I think it was Jeff Foxworthy.
Really?
I think so.
You get him to laugh, you're doing something.
It's a badge of honor to make Jeff Foxworthy laugh.
Yeah, any of those guys like that, yeah.
And he, even in this episode, he didn't understand how to use Zoom, so we had to do just use FaceTime on his phone.
Oh Lord!
And I think he kept changing the horizontal versus vertical way of holding the phone.
His kids must be grown and gone. His kids are
that's what it was. He said he was in his house by himself and he didn't know how to do this stuff. But anyway, I did my impression of him, and I said, I do an impression of you, and I could do it for you right now. And I did it, and it was the hardest he ever laughed. It's my impression of Jeff Foxworthy if he were drunk and belligerent, and you didn't understand a word he said, but he was still very funny, and you got the joke. And, let's just watch it. Check this out. I don't know if you know this, but when I first moved to L.A., dealing with being from the South, I get compared to other Southern comedians. So I've been compared to Larry the Cable Guy. I've been compared to you. And so when I started at the Comedy Store, I used to do like a weird impression of, I'd say, this is my impression of Jeff Foxworthy if he were belligerently drunk and you didn't understand a word he said, but he was still very funny, and you got the joke. It was a very abstract impression. Would you like to hear my impression of you?
I have just a little TT in my pants right now in anticipation.
So this was the joke, and I did this on the Adam Carolla show. I go, you ever know Jim? See, it still works. You have sort of a delivery that starts up here, then it comes down here.
And you know the funny thing, it's not deliberate. And if I go back and watch myself, I go, what in the hell are you doing? Why do you do that? You know?
Yeah,
but
I'm sure it's not deliberate, but it's genius because it's even if those people were drunk in the back of the room and they can't understand what's happening, at least they get this pattern going in their head. It's like up here, then we go down here. You know what I mean?
It's funny. Like sometimes people go, "Hey, man, you look like Jeff Foxworthy," and I go, "Well, that's because I am," and they'll go, "No, you're not." And all I have to do is go, if your dog and your wallet are both on a chain, you might get arrested, you know. And they're like, "Okay, you're him." That's
right.
Yeah.
Oh man. God, I've been wanting to do that for you for years.
That's awesome. That made me gut laugh. That's funny.
I just love the way he laughs too. So thank you, Jeff Foxworthy, for being on the show. Congratulations for making the highlight reel on the Country-ish show, best of 2020. Now, I'd like to move forward to the most awkward moment.
The awkward moment.
The most awkward moment that we've had on this show.
So when you feel
with
weird?
a guest.
Like the weirdest you felt with somebody?
Yeah, just a weird thing that happened in an interview with a guest.
Just odd.
Can you guess who it might be? Have any clue? We had a lot of great guests this past year. We had a lot of good guests.
I
Bert
think
Kreischer.
I know. I'm going to go ahead and say.
Go ahead.
I know you had Pauly Shore.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm sure he had something to do with it.
Yes, and I love Pauly Shore, and I'm so happy that he decided to zoom into the show. But there was an awkward moment where we're interviewing Pauly Shore, and at some point I asked him about where his movie was streaming. And he was like, "Oh, he didn't have it in front of him, and he wanted to go look for it." And in that process, he had, I guess, maybe his intern sit down and talk to me. Bang Bang.
Bang was the name of the intern.
Yeah, Bang Bang is the guy that works for Pauly Shore. He's an ex-sushi chef. And so he sat down, and I was like, "Oh, well, we're doing that? Okay, well, I have an intern too."
Of course.
I said, "Isaiah, get in here." And so I made Isaiah talk to Bang Bang and Pauly Shore for a little bit. And it was a weird moment, but it turned out to be pretty funny. Here, let's just watch this awkward moment with Pauly Shore, Bang Bang, and Isaiah. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your movie that's actually coming out today, right? Guest House?
Yep. Yes, I'm excited about it. It's been a long time since I started a movie, but better late than never, you know?
Right.
And, you know how the business is. I don't need to tell you. But, you know, they offered me the movie, and here we are. Mike
Castle, Amy Teagarden, Billy Zane, Steve O, Eric Griffin, who was on the podcast not long ago, Bobby Lee. Yeah, I saw the trailer and it looked hilarious. I can't wait to watch it. It's streaming everywhere, right?
It's everywhere. Bangkok. Mike, come here. We're going to tell you where it's streaming. He's got the list right here. One sec.
I feel like I should introduce Pauly to my Bangkok. You know, I got a southern version of Bangkok over here.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, you want to see him?
Yeah.
Isaiah, come in here for a minute. I want you to meet Pauly Shore.
Isaiah, of course. It's a Christian name.
Come in here, Isaiah.
Is he scared?
He's a little nervous. He's 19 years old. He just started interning for us. But I want you to hear this authentic Southern accent. Come in here and just say hey to Pauly. Come right here to the mic over here. Come over here. Just sit right here, and I want you to say hello to Polly.
Oh, no.
There you go. This is Isaiah.
What's up, Polly?
I like you. You're cool.
I am a huge fan. My mom.
Here, speak closer. Yeah. Speak closer.
I am a huge fan of Son-in-Law. Me and my mom watch it all the time.
Really? What's your favorite part?
Oh, I don't have a favorite part, really. I like all of it. I mean,
really? Here, let me bring my guy Bang Bang in here to interview you. Here, this is his Bang Bang. This is his Bang. That's Isaiah. What is it?
Isaiah.
Mm-hmm. And then this is my intern here, Bang Bang. So you guys can talk to each other here. Asking questions about what it's like working here. So yeah.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Right there. Tell me you like it.
Good. I like you.
You're my friend.
You're my friend.
Ask Bang Bang where he's from.
Where are you from?
I'm from San Diego, California. But now I live in Las Vegas.
And what does he do for a living?
What do you do for a living?
At the moment, I'm unemployed. But before the pandemic, I was working as a sushi chef. I was doing stand-up comedy as well in Vegas. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Have you had sushi?
No, I've never had sushi.
Really?
Well, I take that back. I've tried it once, and then it just wasn't my thing. My sister likes it though.
Yeah, sushi is depending on the chef. Like you need to find the right chef to guide you through sushi because it's still kind of unfamiliar to several people because they think it's raw fish that you can get sick. But there's a whole process that comes into it as well. But yeah.
Okay, thank you, Isaiah. All right, so what would you recommend for a first-time sushi eater? Just a basic California roll or imitation crab?
Yeah, for like a beginner, I probably recommend like an imitation crab, which is like fake crab as well.
There you go.
As far as a freshwater eel too, you eat it, it's pretty much like chicken in the sea. So it's not too raw, it's already baked. So it's pretty easy.
Hey, Bang Bang, are you in the movie Guest House?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Only Bobby Lee.
How come, Paulie, how come you didn't put Bang Bang in the movie?
Bang Bang. There you go. He's cool.
Yeah. That's great. We both
Did
have.
They talk?
Yeah. Yes. Isaiah. I got to say, great job, Isaiah, by the way. Isaiah, was that like a big moment for you, talking to Pauly Shore and Bang Bang?
Yeah, that was very surreal.
Did you ever think in your life that you would have a conversation with Pauly Shore?
No, I've never thought of it.
You're welcome, buddy. Onward and upward from here, man. I'm hoping
that was so awkward because it was like, holy shit, I'm talking to Pauly Shore.
Yeah, of course. That's exactly what you would think.
Bringing joy to this young man's life.
Yeah.
You know, remember when he was a little boy?
Just a little young man.
Look at him. He's a strapping young man now. He's grown.
He's moved up. He's graduated from the internship, but
from the same high school we went to.
Fred T. Ford.
Yeah.
Go Tigers.
Wow.
I guess that's a tiger.
That's a weak tiger.
Now, look, we've had a lot of funny moments on the show. We've had a lot of big laughs on the show. But this next category is the hardest that I've laughed on the show. And you've made me laugh, not just on the show, but in real life.
Well, I was going to say me, but it's not me, obviously.
No, because this was an unexpected thing.
Yeah.
So what we do is on the show we play the how much is the Screen Actors Guild residual check, and we started taking phone calls. Well, lo and behold, one of the phone calls turned out to be a dear sweet lady by the name of Roseanne Henshaw, and I did not know that she also made sound effects.
Okay.
And mimicked animals. And so it was a very funny, spontaneous moment that happened on the show. And let's just watch this. This is great. Hello, you're on the podcast. Who's this?
This is Roseanne Henshaw from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Whoa, what are we doing right in Virginia? Where's Isaiah from originally?
I'm from Virginia.
Boom!
Isaiah? I don't know who's Isaiah.
No, I'm sorry. I was just getting excited because we got a lot of love from Virginia, and I don't know what we're doing right.
They're curfews, so they
Well,
don't.
I'm a transplant from Virginia. I'm not from Virginia in a sense. I've been here for 30 years, but still don't claim my fame there.
Well, your transplant from where? Uh-oh, I gotta go.
Oh, all over.
Are you at a call center?
No.
I heard a telephone. That was an old school bank of the telephone.
That was my landline.
Yeah.
That was my landline.
I forgot. What's her name again?
Okie dokie. Roseanne.
Roseanne. No, just Roseanne.
Uh-huh.
Not Rosanna.
Yeah, I saw you at the Funny Bone in Virginia Beach, and I hope you come back there again sometime soon.
Me too, Roseanne. The Funny Bones, the improvs, the whole comedy world's all upside down right now. But believe me, once we open back up to 100% capacity, I will be there, and I hope that you come to see me. And thanks for calling in.
Maybe I can do a set with you. I'd do a little bit of stand-up myself.
Oh, well, there was another famous comedian by the same name before you. Actually, had a sitcom called Roseanne.
Yeah, but I'm better than her. I think.
Well, I believe you. Roseanne, please call back in the future. We've got more residual checks, and we're going to play this game again. I want you to call back, okay?
Oh, just call back. Maybe you can let me do a set on the line.
There you go. Yeah, think of a good 3 to 5 minute routine, and then I will on Facebook. I will announce when to call again, and then let's give it a whirl. Maybe we'll get to it. Maybe we won't.
Okay.
I'm not making any guarantees.
What?
Alan is looking at me funny.
I know. Well,
Do you?
I was
Are you
gonna say
on?
one final thing about it. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I cut you off.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Roseanne.
I was going to say on that debate, it reminded me of chickens that were clackling with each other, fighting. So it kind of like that's what it sounded like to me.
It's exactly what it sounded like. That's the best chicken impression I've heard in my life. In my brain, there was a chicken right there.
Yep.
I thought you handed the phone to a chicken,
and that the chicken
then
knew
you
it.
came back.
Or she's got one of them little things that turn farm animal. Remember that?
Wait, was that a sound effect machine that you have, or was that you? Did you actually do that?
No. That's a me. I can do different birds. I'm not bird brain, but
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's excellent, Isaiah. Can you do a chicken noise, Isaiah?
Heck no.
Oh, see, in my brain, Isaiah could have matched that.
I think he could do Foghorn Leghorn. I'm
Well,
sure.
he's probably too much of a turkey, and he usually goes.
Well, what other birds can you do? How many birds do you have?
A loon. I don't have too many birds, but I've got, and it's really funny because I've never lived on a farm. My husband did, but
yeah, and yet somehow you can mimic a turkey and a chicken.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
And you can actually, I do a whole little thing with the chicken too, with moves and everything else too.
Roseanne, look, this is what we do in the comedy world, a little improv game, right? Where I create a scenario.
Okay.
A scenario. This is what comedians do. I'm going to create a scenario.
I've been in a improv classes. And stuff,
good.
So.
Then you'll know how to do this.
Improv,
I will paint a picture for you, and then you sound it out for me. All right.
All right.
A turkey walks into a bank.
Okay.
And the teller is a chicken, and the turkey says something to the effect of he wants to make a withdrawal. But the chicken teller says, you don't have enough funds for that withdrawal. And go.
that was great.
This is the best podcast we've ever done.
I'm coming to Virginia. You know I'm in Virginia all the time. I'm gonna film Roseanne doing the chicken and the turkey.
I saw the whole thing. I mentally in my brain. I saw it.
Then she could do puppets.
Yeah, you could probably do puppets. That was great, Roseanne. Thank you so much. Thank you, Roseanne Henshaw. You are a gem. Please call in again next time we play that game, and all of you call in. We love it when people call in.
But I thought we're doing a talent show. Is that still on, or is that still a thing?
I did mention that at some point, there's no date or deadline on this. I told everybody, and it started with Roseanne.
So has anybody sent their stuff in yet?
There's Rick Sanford III has on our Facebook fan page, Country-ish Facebook fan page. Yep. You can upload things to that page. Go like it, follow it, whatever. Rick Sanford III has posted some of his artwork.
Okay.
And that's a talent.
It is.
He's very good at that.
He's very good, yeah.
Very good cartoonist, drawer. But that's it. That's it. So please, let's hear it. I want to see what you got. And at some point in 2021, we will have a talent show.
Yeah.
Now, I say we move on to a segment because one of our favorite segments on this show is, dare I say, the anchor of the show. Because there's a lot going on in the news. 2020 was bad. I mean, think about all the pandemics, the coronas, the COVIDs, politics. Thank you. Thank you, Alan. Here's a theme song by Justin Clyde.
We're just small town dudes with small town news, breaking stories of crimes committed you never do. Mind your P's and Q's or they'll cover you. The town may be small, but the news is huge.
All right, we're going to do a follow-up to a small town news bit. Episode 47. I don't know if you remember this. We, in Small Town News, we covered a story right outside of Philadelphia. This lady set up a security camera, and she decided to make a sign that said, "You are now entering the Ministry of Silly Walks zone. Commence with silly walking." Now, that is based on a John Cleese Monty Python sketch. And we covered it, and it was awesome. And I thought it'd be interesting to follow up with her because that happened around Halloween. Now it's the end of the year, and it has snowed. Has there been any other funny, silly walks? Let's find out. Let's talk to Cindy Applebaum. And she's joining us right now all the way right outside of Philadelphia, Elkins Park. Mr. Sebastian, you got to get it right next time, buddy. Cindy Applebaum, the lady who came up with this hilarious idea of making people enter the silly walk zone. How are you?
Hey, hi. I'm great.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us again. Well, for the first time. We just wanted to do a follow-up. The last time this was episode 47. It was right before Halloween. And a lot of people were participating in the silly walks. I'm a huge Monty Python fan. I thought it was a great idea. And since then, what's been going on since Halloween with the silly walks? Are we still doing it?
We are definitely still doing it. I can't believe that people are still excited by it. So for Halloween, everybody was socially distanced. A lot of places had very minimal Halloweens.
Right.
So in my neighborhood, a lot of families kind of got together and made a scavenger hunt.
Okay.
And so I saw people walking around with paper, and it turned out that Silly Walks was one of the things on the scavenger hunt. So when I realized, I went outside, and we have a second floor deck, and I went out with my phone because it takes a little bit better video than our security camera. And as people came up, I was like, "Oh, are you part of the scavenger hunt?" So especially because there were a lot of little kids, I had to check with the parents, make sure they understood what we were doing and get permission,
sure,
to post their pictures on our Instagram. But yeah, and I mean, normally I don't post like 20 different, videos on the same day,
Right.
but it was great. People were very excited and really performed for our silly walk.
Now, since Halloween, I'm sure it's probably snowed up there.
It has.
And has probably gotten some ice on the sidewalk. Have people, there's got to be some clips of people falling down.
So I wish there were clips of people falling down, but actually there are a couple clips of me snow blowing as it was storming. So yeah, we got a pretty bad blizzard. I think we got maybe 8 inches where I am. And so our snow blower, isn't the strongest. So I've been out snow blowed.
So it's a good thing, really. No injuries.
No injuries, but some silly walking, snow blowing, and some snow angels and that sort of thing.
I love that you did this because, like I said, I'm a huge John Cleese fan. Has he reached out to you at all? Have you tried to?
No,
get to him?
and that would be my husband's dream, right? If John Cleese reached out to us and knew anything about this. I have to admit, I did not come up with the idea first. I saw it popped up on my Instagram, and I thought, oh my God, who doesn't love Monty Python? And this is one of the most iconic, little skits. Look, my husband thinks it's crazy that I'm getting attention for something to do with Monty Python, because in our household, he's probably the bigger fan.
Right.
But, anybody of my age is definitely familiar with Monty Python and certainly this skit. And I thought, wow, this is so great. I already have security cameras. Why not, pay attention, and I can put up a sign. And then it got really popular because, who could go anywhere or do anything all spring and summer. And I actually I don't know if you guys saw in one of the clips, the sign. If you go to my Instagram, you can see I got an official sign made. And that was a company in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They were making these signs for people. And so I ordered a couple signs, and they, helped me out with that. And it became an official site. So people drive by and are like, oh, look, what is that?
I love what it's turned into. I absolutely love it. I mean, now, John Cleese, when he did the Silly Walks originally, that guy's tall and lanky, and he must be very flexible, because I tried to do that Silly Walk. I cannot get my leg that high. It's not easy, but you can do all kinds of different ones. But what's some of your favorite ones? Can you actually kick that high?
Oh, God, no, not at all. But I don't know if you saw, because I watched your episode 47, and I grabbed a still shot of you trying a silly walk, and I posted it on the Instagram page. So,
yes.
But yeah, some of my favorites are the people who are trying to imitate the official, original official silly walk. I love that parents come by with their kids and they're trying to explain what it's all about, and they stop and they look at the sign. I have a picture up so they can kind of get the idea. And then I'll tell you my real favorite. It just happened this afternoon, and I totally missed it. I don't know if I caught it on the camera. I love people who come by and try to stealthily silly walk. Like, maybe you won't notice that they're doing their. It's like, I mean, really, it's just for fun, and people are really enjoying it. And honestly, half the time I think they're doing it more for themselves.
Do you know if other people have caught on and started doing their own?
Oh, they're all over the country.
Yeah.
We all follow each other. So if you go to my Instagram and look at who I'm following, that Instagram page only follows other silly walkers. But a lot of them have slowed down as things started to open up and people went back to work and aren't sitting around monitoring their security cameras. And
I feel like it should be a national silly walk day. You know what I mean?
That would be great.
Like if you started it, hashtag, I don't know, what was it, October
silly
something?
Walks. I don't even know what I don't know. There's a bunch of hashtags going, but if you look, there's not that many posts, but they're mostly me. So I don't know.
What's the name of the Instagram page again?
So it's Instagram. I'm not on Twitter. We're not on Facebook. It's just Instagram, and it's at Elkins Park, ELKINS Park .sillywalks.
Easy peasy. All right,
Yeah.
Cindy, thank you so much for giving us a follow-up, and I hope you have a great Happy New Year.
Yeah, you too. Thank you very much for having me. This was really fun.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, thank you, Cindy, for zooming into the show. But I got to say, dude, that wasn't my favorite small-town news story of 2020.
You've got a better one.
Yes.
Okay.
And this was a tough decision because there were actually two stories that were pretty close together that I thought were my favorites. One was about this very wee-wee doll right here. You remember this story?
I remember the Japanese restaurant.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some lady got squirt in the eye and was going to sue the hibachi grill.
Can't take a joke.
It was a great story.
That's 2020. I mean,
that's 2020.
Nobody could take a joke in 2020.
Which is why, if you're curious, why is this doll here? It's because of this story. A fan sent that into us, and now it's part of the desk.
Yep, it'll be here forever.
But that doesn't compare to my favorite story of 2020. And I'll just read you the headline, and I think we watch it and enjoy it one more time. A woman bites the balls of a camel in order to save her deaf dog at a truck stop in Louisiana.
I mean, what else do you say?
Enjoy.
All right.
What have you been sitting on for 2 weeks?
You know, I've been in Florida.
Yes.
Doing a lot of investigative reporting. You think I've been on the beach. You think I've been hanging around having a good time. But I've been doing heavy-duty research and journalistic activity.
And I appreciate you, brother.
So I found a woman in Florida.
Okay.
Who was traveling to Louisiana truck stop.
Uh-huh.
And I'll just read it here. She actually was set on by a camel and had to bite the camel's balls to get off of it. I couldn't make it up.
A camel
man.
sat on her.
A camel sat on her.
And in order to get the camel off of her, she had to bite its balls.
To get the camel to get off of it.
That's awesome.
So I wanted to go to the video first, and then we'll talk about it and then laugh about it.
All right.
And see if you believe it.
Maybe it's a Mandela effect. Let's check it out.
Well, tonight, an accident involving a camel continues to get attention, raising more eyebrows. Surveillance video is being released from the Tiger truck stop, that is, showing everything that was caught on camera leading up to that event that, of course, has been talked about and even gone viral. NBC Local 33's Crystal Whitman has the latest.
It's a story that has people talking about a Florida couple caught inside a camel's enclosure at the Tiger truck stop.
Just sat right down on top of her, and I couldn't tell if her husband went in there. It looked like he was trying to go in there up under the fence also.
Oh,
According to the couple, the woman Gloria had.
Thank you, Sebastian. Sometimes I try to get ahead of the game here. I've not seen any of this.
Okay.
And I'm loving this. This is 100% Louisiana with that Cajun accent.
Louisiana truck stop. Let's pull back.
Okay.
Louisiana truck stop, which used to be known for one of its most famous petting zoo, Tony the Tiger.
Oh, is this true? I didn't know this.
This is true.
Okay.
And evidently, I don't know if Tony died or, with all the problems now with owning tigers.
Right. Well, there's that whole thing. A tiger king. So not there. Not that.
Not that one.
Not the cartoon one from the Wizard of Oz and Shazam.
Yeah.
We're talking a real tiger named
tiger.
Tony that people could go to this truck stop and pet.
Which,
yeah,
for folks who don't understand Louisiana,
right?
And this is normal.
Oh
in
yeah,
Louisiana.
no. This is
every truck stop's got a petting zoo.
Well, especially in Louisiana because they love their tigers. That's the LSU Tigers.
Yes.
Right, I get it.
Yeah. So they had a tiger. Then the tiger they got rid of the tiger. I don't know.
Okay, he went to Tulsa with the Tiger King.
So they replaced it with Casper the camel.
Okay.
So Casper the camel has been here quite a while.
Well, that's a
big attraction.
So one illegal animal to another. They put a camel in there.
They put a camel
and made it available for petting.
Petting. You can go pet the camel. This seems to be a big draw in Louisiana.
Well, can I say something about this dude real quick?
Yes,
this
I figured
is
you was.
straight out of the Tiger King, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the kind of person that dude would have hired. So this makes sense to me.
Yes.
He works there apparently, and he's got that thick Louisiana Cajun. Looks like maybe he's misplaced his dentures.
He has.
He's missing some top teeth.
Can we listen to him again,
Yeah, I'd
Alan?
like to hear it again. Are there subtitles on him? Oh, there. Joseph White, resident. Oh, please tell me there's subtitles.
Yes, so you can understand his language.
Truck stop.
Just sat right down on top of her, and I couldn't tell if her husband went in there. Looked like he was trying to go in there up under the fence also.
According to the
Okay, I got that.
couple, the woman, Gloria, had entered into the closure of the camel to save the couple's dog that had wandered inside. And that's when the camel sat on her, prompting her to bite the camel in a sensitive area to get herself free. And this video is shedding light on the incident.
Hold right there 1 second, Alan.
Wait, we got video?
We have an actual I tell you, I mean, you thought I was just wasting time on the beach.
You've been looking at camel videos.
I've been looking at camel videos.
All right.
So a little backstory. Okay, what you're going to see here is the husband and the wife have a dog.
Okay.
Who happens to be deaf.
The dog is deaf.
The dog is deaf.
Oh, wow.
So evidently, allegedly.
Right. Well, we don't get sued.
We don't want to get sued. Allegedly,
Stop.
the little dog decides to go camel hunting and go underneath the enclosure.
So they stopped to let the dog pee or something.
Yes.
Let it off leash.
Yes. They had no leash on the dog.
Okay.
And he decides to go talk to the camel.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, they can't call the dog back because
you can't hear her. Oh, so what do? You can't just do
well,
sign language.
if you're a woman who loves her dog, you go into the camel enclosure to get your dog back. And we're going to see. Okay. It's a little grainy, but you can get the idea.
All right. Please. Wow. Just one camel.
Shedding light on the incident.
Amazing how somebody would get in there with an animal like that and do what they did. It's just something unbelievable.
Now, according to the Iberville Parish Sheriff's Office report, the camel was not the aggressor during the altercation. But regardless, it's a situation that people will be talking about for some time.
It's really hard to explain about. I would have never went in there. Me personally, I would have never tried to climb up on a fence into a camel cage, any kind of cage.
Crystal Whitman, NBC, Local 33 News.
Him personally, he would never have crawled in there.
No.
See, he would have he could have just jumped over the fence.
Right.
I mean, I feel like he might live with that camel.
Yeah. And something else to think about, if you're graduating in 2020 going into dental school or something, do not open up a practice in Louisiana. You're not gonna be successful.
No, maybe only if it's like, dentures.
Yeah.
Because
affordable dentures is happening.
Not only him could I not understand, the other guy in the truck.
He's the same way.
I mean, have you ever thought that Louisiana didn't sound like this, that Cajuns were fake?
No.
Just proof right here. That's some weird French redneck stuff right there. Okay. So the dog went under the fence.
Yes.
She went in there to rescue her dog.
Under the barbed wire.
She went under it. Okay.
Got in there.
Oh, I see, because barbed wire.
Had to get underneath.
And then the camel sat on the dog and her?
No, the dog was fine.
Yeah.
But the camel decided to sit on her, 600-pound camel.
Right. That's how much, God.
600-pound camel. And I think we have some video of the victim speaking out.
Okay, so that's the end of this one?
Yeah, is that the end of that one, Alan? Yeah. So here's the victim. This is Gloria. I think her name is Gloria.
Poor lady.
She had a bad day.
She's from Florida, but happened to be in Louisiana when this
Yes.
happened. Oh, this is perfect. Two worlds. This is great.
They collided.
This is great. All right, let's watch it.
But I never expected anything like this to ever happen.
Lancaster's husband is a truck driver, so the two of them have visited the Tiger truck stop countless of times. But last week's visit is one they'll never forget. These photos show Lancaster just minutes before she found herself being crushed underneath Jojo the camel, with only one way out.
But God will always make a way out where there's no way.
On
my side of my faith.
Oh my God. I don't know where to start. I mean, this is crazy.
Well,
God gave her
God
a way
gave
out.
her a way out.
Yeah, by the balls
of a camel.
Small town news?
Yeah, baby.
Well, I mean, I do a little something here too.
Oh, yeah. Small town news is basically Sebastian's thing.
Yeah, and it's all good. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I do a little thing that we call Goodwill Hunting.
Oh, yeah. People love Goodwill Hunting because it's a combination of unboxing, gift giving, and your name.
Last name.
Should we tell everybody the truth about your name?
Yeah, it's not really Stamos.
Right. We lied about that. I thought it'd be funny because he kind of looks like a Stamos to call him Marcus Stamos. His real name was Mark Hunt.
Yep.
And he goes hunting for gifts for me, and I do it for him. It's called Goodwill Hunting, right?
Yeah, $5 or less.
Yep.
And
it has to make sense.
Makes sense, and you never know what you're going to find.
Never know. So we've had some good segments of that. Should we do the theme song?
I think we should do the theme.
Alan,
this is the
let's
last
do the
one of
last
the year.
one of 2020 theme song. Goodwill Hunting, Goodwill Hunting, Goodwill.
Man, that was the longest we've ever went.
Well, gotta go out with a bang.
Yeah, so I go to Goodwill. I look for you a gift, but today I couldn't find a gift. But I came across something. I think I'm not going to give it to you, but I came across something pretty good today.
Right, we weren't going to do a new Goodwill gift, but you decided to just show me this thing that you found
Well,
today,
I went
and then
today.
we'll show our favorite one of 2020.
Yeah, so I went today just in case we decide to do a Goodwill on the live today, but we decided not to. But I come across somebody's journal. So somebody turned a journal in to Goodwill as a donation.
Okay.
So I picked it up and
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Why would, if I were to keep a journal and I wanted to give it to Goodwill, like I've only used one page,
well,
I might rip the page out.
Well, I think they only use one page. Now, when I grabbed this thing, I was like, "This is gold." I thought it was somebody's whole journal, but it's one entry.
Yeah,
but it's worth reading, and
Do you wanna
hopefully,
read
hopefully these people will be watching because there's no name in it. There's a date.
Oh,
so I'm going to read their entry they made on February 8, 2019.
Right. So, let's make this like a scavenger. I don't know, like a find, like how I found my pen pal in Russia.
Yeah.
Now we want you guys to help us find the person who donated this journal.
Yeah.
There's no name, though.
There's no name.
It's just what they wrote.
There's a name mentioned, a second person's name mentioned.
Okay.
But the person that wrote this, his name is not in there.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, bud.
So February 8, 2019. Yesterday, Catherine and I went to Captain D's. I think Captain D's is a seafood restaurant.
Right. A fast food seafood restaurant.
And I think it's a local thing. I don't know how far out there. I think it's a southern restaurant.
There's Long John Silver's and there's Captain D's.
Yeah. So they went for lunch. An older gentleman who sat beside us struck up a conversation. He was well dressed in a shirt and tie.
It wasn't Roy Reap, was it?
It wasn't Roy Reap, but it reminds me of Roy because Roy was probably about 95 years old or so.
Okay.
So I like how she said 95 or maybe 96 years old. Dressed in a nice shirt and tie with a lovely Japanese silk dressing top. Not a silk shirt, but a dressing top. So I think the lady that wrote this is an older lady.
Right.
They call things, she's calling it a dressing top.
Yeah, I wonder what that looks like.
A dressing. This probably a button-up
Just
silk.
a button-up
but
silk
Japanese.
shirt. Probably had some sort of Asian pattern under writing
Maybe,
on it.
yeah. But with silk. So he's
silk.
He's got money.
This guy's good.
Yeah. So the gentleman had no issues hearing, no false teeth. They were his own. So
Great.
he had his own teeth, no false teeth. And he didn't have difficulty moving around. So he's in great shape.
All
95, 96-year-old. So
Okay.
he was alone. No, so presumably he drove himself to the restaurant.
Right.
So
right.
He seems to be in really good shape. The man was delightful, and I hope we see him again one day. I hate writing with this pen. So whoever wrote this didn't like writing this pen, so they actually changed.
Right.
I don't know if you'll be able to see that or zoom in, but they went from this ink to this end.
Hold
So
it
they
real
actually-
close to the camera. And can you see the difference in? So first of all, that's her handwriting.
Yeah.
If you know who writes like this, do you know any lady who went to Captain D's and ran into an old guy somewhere in Hickory? Probably
2019.
In 2019.
February.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
and she knows Catherine. That's the one name mentioned.
Yeah, Catherine was her friend, I guess, that went with her.
Yeah, there we go. There's the leads. And then
So-
she switched pens.
She did switch pens, and she lets us know that in just a second. Moving on to a different pen. It's been very warm for February. For the past 4 days, in the 70s. Tonight, the weather is to turn cooler, thank goodness. Well, she wants it to be cooler.
Maybe she just
feel like winter.
Feels like it's global warming, and she misses winter.
Yeah, but that'll get her arthritis acting up, though.
Well,
The
we
cold
don't
weather's
know how
not
old
good for
she is. You're right, though.
True, but I think she's an older. Today has been pretty slow at work, so I'm getting my writing in early. I suppose things will slow down again at the beginning of this year, as they were last year. This pen is better. The end.
That's it. And she was done writing forever
So
in that book.
That's it. So we have
Now
nothing
right.
after that.
The rest of the pages are empty.
So I don't think she liked the notebook either.
She
I
must
think
not have liked the
switched
note. She
pens
must
and-
not have liked the note. Can I
I
see
think
it?
she switched pens and notebooks.
She switched pens and.
There's a picture in there.
Yeah,
Go back the other way.
yeah, that's why I thought I saw some other
It's near the entry of the words there.
to the front.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I
right
saw.
after,
Oh,
right there.
oh.
So I think she drew a picture of her garden. I forgot to bring this up
All
earlier.
right, Can I read this one?
Yeah, go for it.
And she has different colored pencils that she used for this entry. Green is ferns, red is red geraniums, yellow is
Flowers.
sunfamas, I don't know, and then sun patience. And then there's dwarf Xena. Look at this.
So it's like a map of her garden. I
Yes.
think.
So she's planting flowers, and that's her schematic that she come up with.
Yeah. Either that's what she wants to do, or that's what it looks like. So yeah, that's it.
And she knows Catherine.
Yep.
She does work because she said something about it's been pretty slow at work.
Yeah.
So she's not retired.
I wish she would have let us know where she worked. She let us know where she went to eat, but not where
Yeah.
she worked. But
Let us know.
I mean, it was $2. It's well worth the $2 I spent on this for somebody's life and
Yeah,
one
I
page.
wonder why she switched or just stopped. Maybe she's.
I'm going to go back and look, and hopefully her other journal's there because she's not finished.
Maybe we need to go to Captain D's every day. Well, no, let's start. Let's take that thing to Captain D's and ask the manager.
But
so, who was the manager in 2019 in February? Do you have cameras from then?
yeah, let's just dig into it, man. Let's get serious about it.
Let's spend a lot of money,
A lot of
for
money
this
and time
for no reason to find out
that she's probably passed
don't
on.
want to be on the podcast. Well, I got to tell you, my favorite. What's one of your favorite Goodwill Huntings from 2020?
I think mine from 2020 was so you had a show in Asheville at the Orange Peel.
Orange Peel in Asheville at the beginning of last.
It was like January, so it's been a year. So we went up there and we got to come up on stage with you after your show.
Right.
We did a little skit. Goodwill Hunting was one of them, but I had given you a cat.
Yes.
It looked like a real stuffed cat.
Right.
But I think it's for like soothing. It's something that
It was a therapy cat.
Therapy
I think
cat, yep.
we figured out. Yeah, it looked like a cat asleep, curled up, and if you put batteries in it, it would purr and it would vibrate a little bit.
But we looked those up, and those things were like $60,
They're
$70.
expensive.
They're very expensive.
Yeah.
But not at Goodwill.
So you gave me what looks to be a dead cat in front of a live audience in Asheville.
Yep.
And also the shirt with the cat on it.
Oh.
You remember that?
I do remember. I
and it
forgot
was a
about the shirt.
cat-themed gift because I had watched Don't F with Cats on Netflix.
Exactly. I forgot all about
Which is
that.
why it made sense.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It tied in well together. The shirt was hilarious.
And the crowd seemed to like it.
Got a pig on it too. But yeah.
Right. Let's
It was a
just
good one.
watch this clip of Mark Stamos's /Hunt's favorite Goodwill Hunting from 2020. I want you to explain to everyone what you got for me. I don't know what it is. I haven't seen it. I don't know what he's about to give me.
So last episode we were talking about the Don't F with Cats.
Oh, yeah,
Netflix.
documentary.
Has anybody watched that?
Have you guys seen on Netflix? I want to give you a props
That's
right
great.
here.
That was crowd. Yeah, that was really good.
Without any training. without any pre-show prep. You did a move that is a great move to do when you're on stage. Get the crowd involved. And you looked at the crowd.
Yeah, you did.
And you got your hand up.
Here we go.
And you got a response.
Oh, yeah, documentary.
Does anybody watch that?
Have you guys seen on Netflix?
The Twister move.
Now the crowd's back involved.
Yeah, right.
Great work.
Yeah, the crowd was kind of losing, and then Mark brought him right back up again. They're like,
Circle the
we're back in
wagons,
this
boys.
again.
Circle the wagons.
This is how I know you're natural.
Yeah.
This is why I know you're going to be fine on this podcast.
Thanks, man.
You're doing a great job. That was a great job. Thank you, Marcus.
You're welcome. It's nerves, man. That's all it was. Just nerves.
Yeah. You felt the energy kind of going. You're like, hey, come on.
Yeah.
And they were back.
No, I was nervous. That's why I did that, actually.
Right.
It worked.
That's
It was
part
great.
of it.
Actually,
Sometimes being nervous.
Look, I was admiring you. Look, I'm back there. I'm like, damn, that was pretty good.
His eyes are shut. He's like, oh, man.
I didn't know you had it in him.
Good job.
That was good.
All right.
Here we go.
So let's see. He got the crowd back going. Let's see what he got me.
Don't F with cats.
Yeah.
You explain it's a good documentary. I'm
seen it,
obsessed
Alan?
with it.
I haven't.
explain it.
Okay.
I know we
I've
talked
not
about
watched it, but I know you like it.
Okay, for those of you who haven't seen this, I'm not going to spoil it for you. It's pretty brutal. It's about this internet group of friends. They're on Facebook. Bless you, sir. He's allergic to cats.
That was a sneeze.
Yeah.
Don't worry. But in this internet group of friends who love cat videos, someone infiltrates the group and puts a video of a dude murdering 2 kittens.
Yeah, we lost a lot of crowd right there.
So that's how it starts.
Somebody was wailing in pain. Like,
Crazier from there. Watch it. You don't see the actual video, but you hear it and you see this lady watching it. It's crazy. It's a good Netflix docuseries, about 4 episodes. So you know I'm obsessed with this.
Yeah, and I've not seen it yet, but
So wait. So now this gift means something. Okay.
it's got a lot to do with
I'm
that.
worried
yeah.
about it.
So
Okay.
you unwrap that.
Oh,
see
this
what
is it. We
see
don't
what you
do.
think?
Sometimes we don't do unboxing. We do unbagging.
Unbagging straight from Goodwill.
Okay. Here we go.
Thank you, Alan.
I want to say that was my contribution to the show on stage.
Alan sees a man in need.
I did. I'm like, was there. That man needs to put that bag somewhere.
Yeah.
I think I've got something he can put it on.
So for those of you who are just listening to this podcast, Alan did a great move. I had a bag in my hand. The table was already full with other
full of
stuff on it.
Yeah.
Alan saw that I needed a place to set this bag down and grab stuff. He handed me the stool. That's a good buddy move. That's a good instinct to have. Thank you, the Alan Jackson.
Right
Quite
there
welcome.
for it.
Quite
Okay,
welcome.
here we
I'm
go.
glad I could contribute.
Pretty heavy, dude. Okay, so there's a shirt in here.
Okay.
So I pulled out
You
a
got this at a good
big,
I got that at a Goodwill.
sweatshirt.
Wow.
This shirt's
Polyester.
This shirt's
You
amazing.
can wear that while you watch
great
the
reaction.
rest of the
This is
documentary.
extra large. I could wear this. Hell, you want me to put it on right now?
That was a great find.
The Alan Jackson grabs the mic.
I
Thank
do.
you.
I'm on it.
Take it off.
Someone said take
yeah,
off my
see,
shirt.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. So, I thought this was, did you plan this?
No.
Or no, you really just responded to the crowd.
I
crowd
responded
says,
to the
take
crowd.
it off. And you're
Someone
like, all
said,
right.
take it off.
And you obliged.
And I go, I got no problem with that.
All right, here
You
we
know,
go.
we've been naked on this show before. I have. Stamos has. We're still waiting for these two
How long will be next?
to go shirtless at some point.
Oh, shirtless. Okay, I'm like, wait a minute.
No. I mean topless. So I take the shirt off. Alan covers his eyes.
Well, it was blinding is what it was.
Have you ever heard that?
That's true.
We had no backward.
The lights were hitting it just right.
This black cat's right on my belly.
So, okay, pause it. For those of you just listening to the podcast, Marcus has given me a polyester long sleeve shirt. It's got a picture of a cat on it, right on my belly.
Walking
what
through
kind
fire.
of background is that? Like
It's
a
like,
sunset?
it's like an explosion.
It's walking through fire.
Walking through fire.
No, I thought it was
Do you
walking
have
away
a
from an explosion.
Here we go. Let's hold it up so we can see
grab
this
that.
now.
I think it's walking away from an explosion, kind of like you see in an action movie, right?
Yes.
I think you should actually wear that out.
Can you see that?
Yeah, you can see that great now. I didn't
So-
even notice the face on it up there. I thought it
The
was
cat's
black.
walking from an explosion.
I think it's kind of
It's
like
the
in an
same
action
image on
movie
both
when
sides.
the action
Yeah.
hero walks
Yeah.
away from a big explosion.
Yeah.
I think that's what the cat's
Like he
supposed to be
goes,
doing.
sayonara, and
Right.
throws the match.
Throws the
just
match,
walks off in slow
blows up.
motion.
I think that's what it's supposed to be.
So that's pretty cool that you found this at a Goodwill for.
is.
Yeah. I actually have a buddy named Kyle Davis. You know Kyle
Yeah.
Davis, the guy that was in Into the Storm with me.
Okay.
One of my buddies from Los Angeles. He has 2 cats. He loves cats, and I
He'd
might
love that.
end up getting him this
Yeah,
shirt.
you should. He'd love it.
I might have to re-gift this Goodwill gift it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the shirt. Let's continue, I guess.
You got the shirt on.
Yeah.
Right now.
What's on the back?
I don't know. What's on the back?
Same thing. Same
What's it
image.
say?
It looks better on stage.
Okay, but there's something else in here. I don't know what else.
One more. Yeah, I had to get another one that tied into that as well.
This one's what got me.
I like
hand
this
me
one the
this.
best. I think this was $2.
Did you get this? Oh my God!
see it?
Look at that.
Huge.
It looks like a stuffed cat.
Looks like a stuffed cat.
Oh, there you go. Like
A dead cat.
It looks like a dead cat.
Is this?
Okay, pause it. Do you have the cat over there?
Yes.
Okay, let's show everyone the cat. Okay. Now, Alan, you haven't seen Don't F with Cats yet.
I haven't.
You guys haven't seen
I
it.
seen episode 1 last night. before I fell
Okay.
asleep.
How does he kill the cats? Remember how he does
Yes.
it? He dehydrates them in a vacuum sealed bag.
Yeah.
So he puts these 2 kittens in a bag and he sucks the air out of it till they suffocate.
Oh, man.
So they look like that.
They do look like that. They do look
They
like
look
vacuum
just
sealed.
like this.
'Cause when I saw this last night, I was like, wow, I was
So-
seen that on the show.
When you pulled this, when you gave me this gift, I'm like, Mark's seen this documentary because that's exactly what the cats look like.
That's a little pure luck, man.
That's crazy. And there's batteries in here.
What do the batteries do? What does it
Purrs.
do?
If you get
It
some new
purrs?
batteries.
I think if we had, if we had new batteries in here,
I think this is a therapy cat.
This thing
Isn't it, somebody told me this is
Yes.
actually really expensive.
Yes.
The old rest homes and stuff.
They just put them in a corner, and people think that they really have a. People think they have a cat.
$45 on eBay. Sean's already looked.
I've already posted
perfect.
it.
Really?
You already posted.
Oh, look, it has a tag, and the tag says Perfect Pets.
That's
with the Z.
That's
Perfect
the
what?
company. Perfect Pets.
Peds. And oh yeah, here it is. Perfect Peds. And I guess maybe it is for therapy. I don't know, but I think when it works and you plug it, and you turn it on, it just purrs
Probably when you touch it. Yeah.
like that.
So
you have a sleeping cat on your lap that's supposed to make you feel good.
You put it on your lap, or just
Oh, you can put it lots of
Wherever
places.
you want to put it out.
Yeah. What'd you have in mind? Here, you want to touch this thing?
Yeah,
Hit
let me
that.
see this. God, this is kind of creepy. Though.
It's creepy, especially since we're just talking about.
I think it's just because it's like It's, if you felt it right here, you could,
That's like
you
a real
could think
cat.
it's a dead cat.
Yes.
It's like
Right.
really stiff.
Like rigor mortis has already
Right.
set in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
that got a huge
Nope.
laugh, Stamos, when we pulled that thing out.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Big hit.
Big hit. All right,
big.
let's continue.
Okay.
See what the crowd
Looks
thinks.
real as hell.
How much was that?
Is it Angela? You want to pet this? You're allergic? Okay, good. It feels like a real cat.
I love that shirt.
Right. Oh, there's batteries in here.
I paid $2 for that. It's got batteries. I don't know what it does. The batteries are not in it, but
It purrs.
The audience knew.
Gotta have it.
He must be really big in there.
Thank you, buddy.
You're
That's
welcome.
a segment we call Goodwill Hunting. Goodwill Hunting. Goodwill Hunting.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So there you go. That was the first ever live edition of Goodwill Hunting. I think we did pretty good. I'm proud of all you boys for coming up there. You didn't freeze up. You did well. And
Sean
you
held
did
a
good job.
microphone extremely
Sean,
well.
you did good. We just, the
moved
video screwed up.
Yeah, I moved the stool nicely.
Yes.
I think we all played a good part.
together.
We all
Yeah.
played a good part up there. So.
You did a great job. So, man, that was fun. That was our first ever live attempt at doing a podcast in front of an audience.
I think it went well.
It went good. We did one at MVP.
I wasn't feeling good that night. I remember being sick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we went to Asheville and stayed, and
Yeah.
I wasn't well.
I
It
couldn't
worked
tell.
out.
You did great.
Well, good. Thank you.
You did a good job. And
That was pre-COVID, I think.
that was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in January of 2020. Before, because that COVID happened around March.
Yeah.
This was January.
I think I had a warm-up to COVID.
Not a care in the world.
No.
But super fan Samantha Dawn Kingston, because we had a garage sale, a yard sale later on. All the items that we exchange on Goodwill Hunting, we decided to have a yard sale, garage sale, and sell it to people. And Samantha Dawn Kingston said, "I want that cat.
Yep.
I can't make it, but I want the cat. Please hold the cat for me." And so, because she's so sweet, she always sends us stuff. I personally put this cat in a box with some other goodies, and I mailed it to Samantha Dawn Kingston. Now she is the rightful owner of the therapy cat.
She's a super fan of the year.
And I feel like this is how we should end the show, with an unboxing gift. This is what Samantha Dawn Kingston sent to me at my mom's house. So it wasn't sent here for Christmas. And I already opened it because I didn't know if it was just me. Although it says John Reap / family and friends. I didn't know if that was country-ish or whatever. So I opened it and I took out my part already. And I gave Sebastian his part.
How do you know that was your part? How do you know that was his part?
You'll see.
Okay.
It will make sense once
I don't want to
open
get Jib, man.
the gift from Samantha Dawn Kingston. You want to crack it up, buddy? Get in there and see what we got.
Who's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
Thank you. Jackson. We cannot waste ever that awesome opening you made for What's in the Box. All right.
Okay.
Pull out something from the box.
This was in the box.
Look at that, dude. So I'm going to open this and
It's
hold
like
it up
a
to the
little
camera.
serving tray.
Yeah, it's like a little tray that she made that says country-ish.
Yep.
Now this is going to live on the table from now on. And if you want to put your pen in here, put the knife. We'll put
I've been using this knife to pick calluses with. So.
we put the
It's a
knife
callus
on there.
knife, yep.
But thank you, Samantha. She did a great job. It looks really good.
It's table worthy.
Table worthy. It's going to stay on the table.
Only the
All right.
best gifts make the table.
Well, now, are there cards in there? What else we got? Oh, let me see the letter. Let me hold the letter. Yeah. You go ahead and keep digging, and I'll read this. Country-ish podcast team. Lewis and I hope you enjoy your Christmas treats. Please take one bag each. Check mix, pecan pie balls with a kick. Almond Joy cookies. There is also a bag of cookies and pecan balls for Miss Betty. So I took Mom's portion out and already gave it to her. And a bag of deer jerky. Merry Christmas, gentlemen, and prayers for a happy new year. Warmest regards, Lewis and Samantha Kingston. Okay.
Very nice.
Let's divvy some stuff
we got
out.
we got a big pot of or bowl of cookies.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like that's like bake sale type stuff. You know,
Oh,
like something you would see on a bake
everybody's
sale
going to get
table.
a bag of that. Everyone's going to get their bag of Check Mix.
Check Mix.
And my favorite thing, the one of them cracked open here. So be careful, that's going to spill.
Oh, I see it.
I think my favorite thing that she mentioned was the almond balls with the kick. Now that must be these right here. Now I wonder what the kick means.
It's got a little maybe Texas Pete or something.
Alcohol up in there.
Maybe
some alcohol or something hot, right?
Do I have a card over there?
Yeah, you got some cards. So I got a card. You get a card.
Look at that. Mark with a C.
Sebastian or Elliot, the intern's intern, or Isaiah, one of you come in here and get these other cards. And I'll hold on to Elliot's card, and we'll give it to him at another time. But I want you to hand this to yourself and the Alan Jackson, please. Thank you. And please, could you walk any slower? Why are you still standing here? Go give that to Alan. Merry Christmas. So I will open my card from Samantha, picture of a Grinch.
Yep.
And it says, there will be no sad faces on Christmas because it's a Friday and a new country-ish comes out. That's right. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, warm regards, Samantha and Lewis. Thank you, Samantha. What does yours say?
2020 stunk. Thank goodness we had you on Country-ish to get us through. Happy Christmas,
Very
Merry New
nice.
Year. Very, very nice card.
Yeah.
So then I like how they weren't all the same. Everybody's got a different card.
Right. Now I wonder
She's
what
very thoughtful.
Isaiah's is going to say.
Mine says Merry Grinchmas and a Happy Who Year from Lewis and Samantha.
Very nice.
Yep.
And D. Alan Jackson, you have your card there. You want to share with the...
Sure. So my card says, is this jolly enough? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Lewis and Samantha. Thank you.
Very nice.
Very sweet.
And we all get a bag of this check mix. We all get a bag of cookies.
That's reindeer food.
The reindeer food.
Yep.
The deer jerky I kept at the house, so I didn't bring it here for
Yeah,
you
I noticed
guys.
that. I noticed I don't see any deer jerky.
Me and Jason really, really wants the deer jerky.
It's probably gone, right? You ate it
No,
all?
we still have the
Okay.
deer. I tried some. Jason tried some. It's very good. My brother especially wants the deer jerky. So he might end up at the house. Now, I know you don't do sweets, but I have to open up these chocolate balls because you said there was a kick, right?
You need to find out what the kick is.
I want to know what the kick is. Is it alcohol related? Is it spicy? Why?
I hope it's not spicy.
What is the kick? And we're going to find out right now. I should have given. Can you run that in there to Isaiah? Yeah, let's see if me and Isaiah will try them at the same time. Normally, I would have Stamos do this, but he has proven to me time and time again he doesn't do sweets. He can't physically handle sweets. He can eat hot stuff, Tabasco sauce all day long.
No sugar.
No sugar. So Isaiah and Elliot, the intern's intern, you guys all have one? Should we try it together?
On 3.
Really? 1, 2, 3. Happy New Year. All right.
What is it? Spicy. Alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah, spit it out.
You know what it is?
Bourbon.
It's bourbon.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, it's good, though. Okay. Now, am I in trouble for handing him this? I didn't know what the kick was, so legally I think I'm fine here.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, hand that bag to him now.
Get out of it,
Just
boy.
hand it to him.
You want me to hand it to Mark?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want you to have the bag in case I get in trouble somehow. Wow. What a crazy year it's been, everybody. Really appreciate all of you hanging in there. Our small little country-ish town has been growing, and we appreciate you. It's all because of you guys. Word of mouth, grassroots, that's what we're about. So if you've had a good time watching or listening to this show, please tell somebody else. And write us a review on Apple Podcasts. Become a Patreon supporter. We've got new koozies. By the way, I forgot to hold that up, but we got new koozies. Yeah, that's it. Go to johnreap.com. Click on my tour dates. I'm going to be 2021 now that the vaccine is out, pretty much. I'm going to be back out there getting it done. I've got tour dates galore at johnreap.com. I'm probably at Zany's Comedy Club in Nashville right now. Come see me.
Kind of dreading that, man. It's been good having you around. I'm kind of dreading you get back out on the road. So, but I know it has still come to an end. We've been home too long, so it's time to get back to work.
We're still doing this.
Yeah, I know, but I see you about every day or two.
I'll have just more things to talk about because I'll have crazy adventures out there on the road, and I'll come back here and share them with my pals and my bumpkins. So rate, review, subscribe, and share. For Elliot the intern's intern. For Isaiah the intern. For the Alan Jackson. For Marcus Stamos / Hunt. I am John Reap. Bicycle!
Well, life on the farm is kind of laid back, but I wouldn't know that I'm from a cul-de-sac. Don't chew tobacco and I don't smoke crack. Thank God I'm country-ish. Well, it's simple kind of life, never did me no harm, but I do know a guy with only one arm. Keep your fancy smartphones and your self-parked cars. Thank God I'm country-ish. Well, I got a podcast that'll make you giggle. It ain't number one, it's right in the middle. The town's not big, but it ain't too little. It's time for country-ish. Go on, dude.
Hey, everybody, it's me again. I just want to say thank you for listening or watching this podcast. You know, we couldn't do this without supporters like you. Oh, wait. Are you not a supporter? Well, you could be. It's real simple. Go to countryishpodcast.com. Click on the word support. That will take you to our Patreon page. That's our support page. And from there, you can support us many different ways. There's different levels. You got $5 and up. You got Pewter Pro, Rhinestone level, Executive Zirconia, all the way up to Platinum Elite, and all of them come with different rewards. We're talking hats, t-shirts, ginger beard masks, even be a guest on the show. You got to check out our Patreon page. Go to countryishpodcast.com, click on support, and thank you.
Go on. Yeah.
Should old acquaintance be fair? Get out of here.